Marijuana use among young men is on the rise, and it's a trend we need to understand more deeply. We're seeing this increase across different communities and demographics, especially as laws and attitudes shift, creating a landscape where marijuana is more accessible and socially acceptable than ever before. The changing legal status influences perceptions and availability. With easier access through dispensaries and growing social acceptance portrayed in media and popular culture, many teens and young adults are curious or they feel pressure from peers and social circles to try it, sometimes without fully understanding the potential implications. But the teenage years are a critical time, a period of intense change and development for brain and body development, laying the foundation for long-term health and well-being. These formative years are crucial. Introducing substances like marijuana during this period, when the body and mind are still maturing, can have unique consequences that might not be immediately apparent. It's important to consider the long-term effects. It's not about fear, it's about facts. We want to provide you with evidence-based information. The effects of marijuana depend on how much is consumed, the dosage, how often it's used, and individual biology, genetics, and overall health. For young men, questions about physical development, growth spurts, and changes in the body, hormones, and their delicate balance, and reproductive health are especially important to consider. These are vital aspects of overall well-being. Today, we'll explore the real science, the research and data behind marijuana and male sexual health, looking at what studies have actually revealed. We'll separate myths from facts, clarity on common misconceptions, including claims about penis size and fertility, which are often based on misinformation. Our goal: give you the knowledge to make informed choices about your health and lifestyle. By the end, you'll understand the real risks associated with marijuana use and what research actually shows based on scientific evidence and medical data. Let's cut through the rumors and the noise and focus on what matters for your health, your well-being, and your future. The truth is often more complex and nuanced than simple headlines suggest, and more important than the stories you hear from friends or online. Rely on credible sources. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to making informed decisions, especially when it comes to your body and future. Understanding the facts is the first step towards taking care of yourself. When you use marijuana, the primary psychoactive compound, THC, the main active chemical, quickly enters your bloodstream. It's absorbed through the lungs when smoked or through the digestive system when ingested. From there, it rapidly travels to your brain, crossing the blood-brain barrier and affecting your brain's normal functions. It binds to cannabinoid receptors, which are densely populated in areas that control mood, influencing how you feel and perceive the world around you. It also affects memory and coordination, disrupting your sense of balance and motor skills. These combined effects are what cause the characteristic high. Some individuals report feeling relaxed or euphoric, experiencing a sense of well-being and contentment. However, others may experience heightened anxiety, paranoia, or even panic attacks. Marijuana can significantly impair judgment and coordination, affecting your ability to make sound decisions and control your movements. This impairment makes activities like driving or operating machinery extremely dangerous and increases the risk of accidents. Short-term memory often suffers noticeably, making it difficult to retain new information. This is especially concerning for developing brains, as it can interfere with learning and cognitive development. The prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and planning, matures last, making teens particularly more vulnerable to the negative effects of marijuana on cognitive function. Physically, marijuana can raise your heart rate, potentially increasing the risk of cardiovascular issues. It can also cause red bloodshot eyes due to dilated blood vessels and that uncomfortable sensation of dry mouth. When it comes to male sexual health, the effects are mixed and somewhat unpredictable. Some men report experiencing enhanced sensation and increased libido, while others may struggle with performance anxiety or other forms of sexual dysfunction. In some cases, marijuana can contribute to temporary erectile dysfunction, potentially by affecting blood flow to the penis and disrupting the coordination required for sexual function. It may also distort your perception of time. Partners feel either longer or shorter than they actually are. This altered perception can significantly impact the overall sexual experience for both partners. It's important to remember that these effects vary widely from person to person and are influenced by factors like dosage, frequency of use, and individual physiology. For young men, the potential risks to both brain development and sexual health are real and worth seriously considering before making any decisions about marijuana use. While the immediate effects of marijuana will eventually fade, repeated or chronic use can potentially lead to longer-term consequences for both physical and mental well-being. Therefore, understanding these potential impacts is absolutely key to making informed and smart choices about your health and your future. A common rumor among young men is that marijuana can shrink your penis. This myth spreads anxiety, but it's rooted in misunderstandings about hormones and blood flow. Temporary erection issues can make the penis appear smaller, fueling the myth. But does marijuana actually change penis size? Let's look at the science, not the locker room talk. It's time to separate fact from fiction with real research. Scientific studies show no evidence that marijuana shrinks the penis. Penis size is set by genetics and puberty, not by cannabis use. The tissues of the penis don't shrink from THC or other cannabis chemicals. Research on long-term users has never documented a reduction in size. The confusion comes from marijuana's effect on erections, not anatomy. THC can cause temporary erectile dysfunction, making the penis seem smaller when not fully erect. Once the drug wears off, normal function returns. The idea that marijuana shrinks the penis is a myth, plain and simple. Focus on real risks, not baseless rumors. While penis shrinkage is a myth, marijuana's impact on male fertility is real. THC can lower sperm count, reduce motility, and cause abnormal sperm shape. Studies show regular users often have fewer, less effective sperm. For most, these effects are reversible. Sperm health can improve after quitting. But for men already near infertility, marijuana could make conception harder. Research, including large studies, links frequent use to lower sperm counts. If you're planning a family, abstaining from marijuana is the safest choice. The science is clear. Cannabis can make it harder to father a child. These are real, measurable effects, not myths. Protecting your fertility means understanding these risks. 0.5s. Marijuana can also disrupt hormones, especially testosterone. Chronic, heavy use may lower testosterone by interfering with hormone production in the brain. Low testosterone can reduce sex drive, cause fatigue, and affect muscle mass. For young men, this can impact physical development and sexual health. Not every user is affected, but the risk is higher with frequent long-term use. Recent studies consistently show a link between regular marijuana use and lower testosterone. Hormonal disruption is a key way cannabis can harm male reproductive health. Understanding this helps you make informed decisions about your body. Myths and facts surrounding marijuana and its impact on male sexual health are often confused and misinterpreted, leading to unnecessary anxiety and concern. It's important to separate fact from fiction. The widespread idea that marijuana shrinks the penis is demonstrably false. Rigorous scientific research simply doesn't support this claim. There's no credible evidence to back it up. However, legitimate concerns about fertility and hormone levels are very real and have been proven through various studies. These are valid points of discussion. Regular marijuana use can potentially lower both sperm count and testosterone levels, directly affecting your ability to conceive children and impacting your overall health and well-being. The effects of marijuana can vary significantly depending on age, individual genetics, the frequency of use, and the potency of the cannabis product consumed. For teenagers and young adults whose brains are still developing, the potential risks are even greater. The real story here is about understanding the potential risks and not getting caught up in sensational rumors or misinformation. If you genuinely care about safeguarding your reproductive health, exercising caution, and seeking proper education are absolutely key. Abstaining from marijuana altogether is undoubtedly the safest choice, particularly if you and your partner are actively planning to start a family. Always make informed decisions based on verifiable facts and scientific evidence rather than succumbing to fear or unsubstantiated claims to proactively protect your long-term health and overall well-being. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe.